It is the last, and we can say the last now, since there was a question last week. The last episode this season of Let's Hoop. Sad face. You know, we've been spending every Tuesday night with y'all, man. It's kind of sad now, bro. What we gonna do with our Tuesday nights now?
No, man. I'll be coaching football.
So. You'll be coaching football.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna be chilling. I'm gonna take the time, to be honest with you.
Rest.
But anyway, yeah, we said we wanted to throw one more in there because, as you all know, we got this award ceremony coming up, so we wanted to spend the night kind of talking about it a little bit. Voting's gonna happen tomorrow amongst the coaches and select other officials. And yeah, man, but tonight, before the coaches cast their vote, we wanted to, debate a little bit, have a little fun debate. Not like the other little debate that was on TV the other night for this country. Not that kind of debate.
You talking about that trash?
We need to stay off politics. Boy. That ain't what we here for. I don't even know how I went there. That's my bad.
I don't even know, man.
It's my fault.
I don't like neither one of them. So
that was on me. That was on me. We need to stay away from politics because. Anyway, yeah. So we wanted to debate a little bit tonight. Have a little fun. So nobody getting their feelings. Like we just gonna have a little fun debating. Right. This, that, and the third. But to talk about the award show before we get into the actual debating of the matter. So we got this award show coming up, man. And,
yep.
It's a really dope situation. We got performances happening at the award show. If you've never been to an Oscars or what's the others? ESPYs.
Yeah.
Or the BT Awards or
all that.
Any of the award shows. Well, here's your chance. Here's your opportunity. If you've never done a red carpet, so first thing that's gonna happen, we're gonna come in. Everybody gonna be, dressed up. And look, y'all, it's the fun of it is being dressed up, but you don't have to dress up like.
It ain't like the, church.
Yeah, it ain't like church.
Well, it's first Sunday. You gotta come in in your best get. Nah, it ain't
Nor
like that.
is it like if you don't dress up, folks gonna be looking at you crazy. Like,
nah.
Come to have fun and dress up. We gonna dress up. A lot of people do dress up. But if you just don't want to, but you still want to come, still come on. But we're going to have like I guess you can call it like a little cocktail hour, in the beginning. We're going to have a little fruit and, a little hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that at 4:30.
Hors d'oeuvres.
We get a little fancy. Have a few hors d'oeuvres. But you know what? I be getting excited.
Yeah,
I be getting excited. We got to pay the bills, bro. Can we intro our show, please, so people can even know what we are?
Yeah, we don't know. Man, come on.
Welcome to Let's Hoop, y'all.
Intro.
To the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command, like, yeah, you about to see me on demand, like, on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a straight.
Okay, now that we've paid the bills and brought notoriety to who we are and what we're actually doing here tonight, so we're gonna have a little cocktail hour and all the above, and then we are going to transition into the auditorium for the ceremony where we're gonna start giving away the awards. And I think the thing that's more exciting to me about this year than last year is that we're giving out more awards.
Yeah.
Than we gave out last year. Like we actually doing the first team, second team for rookie, defense, and all Sky West.
All Sky West, yeah.
So that's gonna be fun too. So now, now more people are gonna be walking away with something, which is dope. And a little birdie told me that there's actually a gift for all the players that come.
Oh.
A little birdie told me about that.
Who that birdie is? We ain't gonna put him out there like that.
Little birdie spelled well, for me, M-O-M. But anyway.
Okay.
Little birdie said something like that.
Okay.
There's something in the works for all the players that's coming. So, yeah, there will be that. But, yeah, man. And then, the award ceremony, you're going to be going through each and every one of the awards. And it's going to be a real fun time. And then, y'all know how we get. It's going to be food afterwards.
Food, boy. I know. Hey, that bring all the black folk.
Trying to tell you. So it's going to be food afterwards. So, man, we want y'all to bring y'all families. I think that's the biggest thing I want to stress. Like, bring y'all family out, man. Like, this is one of those things where it's just like, you want people to come and support you and what you got going on and all this type of stuff like that. So, bring y'all families out. And, it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be a fun time.
I saw some interesting swag, man, last year. I mean, there's some cats came in with some...
Who was best dressed last year?
Ooh, boy, that's hard. Hey, I got to say, TJ went hard, bro.
TJ went hard.
TJ went pretty hard, man. with the shoes, like, and all that stuff. It was pretty dope. I say him. That stuck out a lot to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go TJ then. We're going to go TJ. All right, man. Well, look, tell you what, we're going to go ahead and start getting into these topics. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and the first thing that we are going to talk about is the most improved player.
Yep.
So y'all quiet in the chats already so far, so y'all got to light up with us, man. Y'all got to talk to us tonight because, yeah, we want y'all to debate, throw out some points with us, so we can kind of see what y'all think about some of this too. So we're going to take a quick little break, and then we are going to talk about most improved. All right, so when we talk about most improved, right? Mm-hmm. Let me first ask you a question. What are we? Oh, Javonte was saying he was the best dressed. Hey, Javonte's was cool.
I ain't gonna front. I ain't gonna front. His outfit was dope, bro.
I had to play the video back in my head.
Yeah, it was dope.
Nah, his outfit was cold too. Hey, Javonte, your outfit was cold. You stepping like that this year too? What type of time you on this year?
Oh, it was Devin Moore. Oh, before we go here, it was also supposedly hair pieces there. But I gotta say something about that. Y'all see us growing out, right? Y'all see it growing out. So nah, man. But it's harder than it normally is. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Yeah. So when I come in with y'all don't be calling me Steve Harvey, man. I ain't got time for that. All right. But anyway.
All right. So most improved. My question is, and y'all gonna hear this question throughout the night, like, what are we basing these? That's a part of the debate. What are we basing this off of? Most improved. Mm-hmm. Are we talking, whose scoring has improved the most? Are we talking defensively, overall statement on their team from year to year? Like, what would you say when you were talking about most improved?
Me personally, I think it's more of the overall thing. So say in Vontae's situation, because he won it last year. Vontae at one point wasn't getting the PT, you know what I'm saying, like he used to and stuff like that. Like he had kind of sat on the end of the bench a little bit. But last year he came in and he was very successful at pretty much everything. He was just an overall better player. Mm-hmm. And obviously he's a defender. I mean, he's a great defender. But he came in and just showed the league that, I'm coming from being kind of on the end of the bench to getting significant playing time, and not just getting the playing time, but, doing what he needed to do as far as on the court, making sure he's doing his assignment and doing what he needed to do to stay on the court, So that's kind of the overall thing that I'm thinking about when I'm doing that. I mean, and it was a little bit of everything, a little bit of scoring, a lot of defense, but a little bit of scoring, setting picks, just playing the right way.
Yeah. And so the Backers report gave an official definition which said most improved is just overall improvement that made an impact.
And basically what I just said. In a nutshell.
Yeah, he just came. Look, like I said, he just came with the official Backers report definition.
Webster.
The Webster. All right, so K-Row chopping it up with us a little bit. So you're saying Dev is being productive with his minutes this season, and James hit a lot of big shots when it mattered this season. So let's talk about that, because I don't think Dev has really been inserted into the conversation like that. I'm not even gonna lie, and this ain't a disrespect. This is honestly giving high respect and kudos where it's due. To me, when Dev first came in the league between this year and last year, Dev he wasn't really productive. I didn't see a place where Dev was really producing on the team. Right, just to be transparent, I didn't see it. But this year, when I tell you, it's one of those things where it's just kind of like, yeah, shut all that talk up. Like, he was a key factor, not only scoring on offense, but I never realized how much of a defender he was either.
Oh, yeah, spark plug.
And so I have to put Dez. I mean, not Dez. I'm sorry, I just read Dez's comment.
Yeah, because he commented.
I have to put Dev in that conversation as well. So, you know, if we're talking official nominees, I think I officially have to put him in that fourth spot because I think we only had 3. So, Chris, CI's asking who all is in the running.
Yeah.
So far, we've had 3 specifically in the running. First one was Joe Tarver. Second one was James
Atkins.
Third
one was Lance.
Third one was Lance. And then I'm adding Dev to that fourth spot.
Yeah, we gotta add Dev. We hadn't talked about him.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about him
That's
much.
our fault, Dev. If you looking, if you're watching, man, that's our fault, man. We just it was kind of an overlook. I will say that it was an overlook, but he's a spark plug, man, off the bench, and he's done well for that team.
Mason's asking who is Dev.
Obviously.
Hey, is that Sean? If that is Sean, can I just say, bro, he was in a 1v1 tournament this weekend. Bro, it's a clip going around Instagram where he does like this leg wrap, step in, step back, fade away. I was like, bruh. Kudos to you though, Sean. If that is you, I don't know. I don't be knowing YouTube handles, but I think this is you. But kudos to you, bro. Yeah, you a killer, bro. You a killer. You already know what's up next year. You already know.
K-Roll said it's number 3 on my team in response to Mason, because you know Mason always trolling. So
yeah, that's Sean. That's Sean. Yes, sir. You put on, brother. You definitely put on for sure. For sure. Okay, so yeah, that's the 4 for most improved.
Mm-hmm.
So Kenneth said honorable mention Barlow and Amari. So
I can't say, for most improved. Nah, bro.
Amari was killing last year.
First of all, Amari was a killer last year. Second of all, Barlow came in killing.
Yeah, there was no improvement. Barlow improved because he got drafted last year and he actually played this year. So it was overall improvement from last season.
He didn't play at all.
So playing this season is actually a very high improvement. But
now it's 2 Barlows, so I want to make sure.
No, he's talking about Barlow.
Sure he's talking. Okay, I'm making sure.
We've never called TJ We've never called him Barlow. That's TJ, Tall T.
Well, you know, Kenneth said it, so I just
Barlow.
want to make sure that we clarify because we have 2 Barlows on the back of jerseys, pretty much.
That's true. Hey, Sean, appreciate you for chiming in, though, bro. Yeah, he said Mason said Sean went slap crazy. Like, nah, for sure. I can't wait to see what team that's going to next year. Well, that's gonna be interesting.
Man,
that's gonna be very, very interesting.
This year's gonna be interesting. Period.
It's gonna be interesting.
That's for another show.
That's for another show. I'm getting sidetracked. I ain't even gonna hold you. All right. So we actually, y'all. Guess what? Y'all not gonna just be looking at me and Sky all night. We actually got a lot of people here tonight to talk about different topics.
Who they got though? We got a few people in the chat. Like,
okay, well, yeah. Before we go to the next one, y'all throw in there out of those names that we mentioned, who would y'all say is the most improved player from James Atkins, K-Row Brown, Dev, and Lance?
You said K-Row?
Did I say K-Row Brown?
You sure did.
I was looking at K-Row. My bad.
I was like, what?
Hey man, my bad. Let's try that again. Let's try that one more time.
Replace that with Lance.
Yes.
Okay.
Lance, Dev,
right,
James, and Joe Tarver. There we go.
Yes.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Real 2K. A clutch award. No, not a clutch award this year. So
you
who
know
y'all
what?
got?
We need a clutch award. That's actually a good thing. We ain't got that this year, but we need one.
We need to add a clutch award.
Because we had a couple of clutch plays this year, man.
We did.
So, yeah.
Suspect
Who was
had
that?
one.
Who said that? James?
Suspect.
Yeah, we got that.
Suspect had one. Josh had one.
Yep. K-Row had
one.
Like, it's some clutch moments.
It was a lot of them.
Some clutch moments, man. Josh, Black Lightning against y'all.
That's why I said Josh.
Oh, I think.
Why do we have to remind us of that again? I said it, and we were supposed to keep moving past it.
Nah.
Because he hit that on me.
I just wanted to, yeah.
I said it.
I still hear your sneakers going, ski, ski, ski. Yeah. So,
Straight, bro. I just knew Josh was gonna drive past me.
that was funny, boy. That was funny for real.
Bro, I just knew Josh was finna drive. Hey, I ain't even gonna hold you. See, I don't mean to do it to you, bro, but y'all don't even have a first, and Sean ain't making it past the first round, bro. I just want to tell you that now, so y'all can start planning, and maybe y'all can try to trade for a first or something, because if y'all gonna get Sean, you gonna have to get him in the first round. Oh yeah, Don Julio.
Yeah, yes. Don Julio.
He
had a few clutch moments.
Couple of clutch moments.
Yes.
You had one. Sorry, Darius. Wait, why you apologizing? Oh, yes, he did. TJ, remember when Eno fouled him on the thing and he hit the free throw?
Oh, yeah.
After practicing and shooting 5 of them during the timeout.
Practice, and they were like, he can't do that.
After he practiced 5.
I do remember that.
Devin said spark plug. I like that. Hey, that might have to stick. That might be the mic.
Dev, you know how I am.
Spark plug.
I name people all the time.
That might be the name, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that too, Dev.
Yeah,
Cosign.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm seeing Joe. Oh, they're saying Deshaun should be in most improved.
God, dog, man. There's too many people, man. Hey, that's no lies. No lies. I don't see no lies, man. Because how much did he even play last year? They didn't even play him much last year.
That's why I asked, what are we basing it on? Because, bro, Deshaun technically, to me, always really could hoop.
He could hoop, but he wasn't hooping because he wasn't getting in. You know what I'm saying?
I guess. Well, we only got the top 4.
Yeah, it's top 4.
Because if you bring Deshaun in, who you kicking out? Out of those 4 that I just named, I don't think you can't kick Lance out because, honestly, Lance, his scoring from last year to this year, it went way up. Dev overall production from scoring to defense, it went way up.
Dev just, literally just earned a nickname, bro, from his most improved. Like, Showtime has a nickname. You feel what I'm saying? He has a nickname, Showtime. So I guess it's hard.
All right, we're gonna leave that one as is.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna keep moving though. We're not gonna, what do they say in church? Belabor.
We're not gonna prolong.
We're not gonna belabor the hour. Anyway, all right. So what we gonna talk about next? What all we got to talk about? Let's talk about Coach of the Year next.
Coach of the Year.
Let's talk about Coach of the Year.
Well, I can't talk about that, can I?
Nah, man, we finna get you up out of here.
You about to kick me out, man.
We finna get you up out of here.
I'm going home.
So anyway, we'll be right back, y'all. We're gonna take a quick little peel away for a quick second, get him up out of here, because he's actually one of the nominees. So we're gonna talk about that, and we'll be right back. All right, y'all. We are back, and we are here with the king himself. What's going on, sir?
Oh, how you doing, sir? Doing well.
Good. Can I just also, y'all, I'm going to say this, too, while he's sitting here, because, I did some commentary on the games last year, and I was doing it by myself, but I think we all can attest, him coming aboard the commentary team, it just makes it so much fun being able to commentate with you. First of all, you know the game. You analyze the game while you're watching. And, if y'all also have appreciated the 2-man commentary team, particularly Ad and King, can y'all just put some claps in the chat? Just, show a little love because, man, listen, sir, having you on the commentary team has been dope this season for sure.
Well, trust me, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, man, because I love talking basketball, love talking strategy, and, kind of was rough with me kind of having to step away from coaching this year, So being able to have this outlet has been really kind of great for me. So I appreciate the opportunity to do so.
For sure. All right. So since we are talking about coaching and you having to step away from coaching. So, you know, that qualifies you to be able to talk about this because you understand a lot of the ins and outs of coaching and what it takes to be a coach, you know, all that type of stuff like that. So we're talking about Coach of the Year. So we have 3 nominees. Well, let me ask you this. When it comes to Coach of the Year, what would you say qualifies someone for Coach of the Year?
Well, they got to be somebody who, you know, knows how to work and get the most out of people. They have to garner respect. One thing you find out real quick is there's so much more to the game than just X's and O's. I mean, you really got to get the best out of players. You know, you have to garner trust from your players. You also have to be somebody that's transparent. I mean, you're not going to always make the right decisions. You know, you have to kind of let your players know that, you know, hey, look, we're working in this team. We're both not perfect, but what we're going to do is, you know, we're going to work together and, you know, we're going to both give our best, you know, and, you know, try to do our best to, you know, give ourselves an opportunity to win, you know, every week. You know, so think about it as being transparent, man. So, you know, give respect, you can receive respect.
So I have a quick question for TJ. He said, why don't we have a commentary team? That would be dope. What you mean? You looking at him? What you mean, TJ? Now, don't get me wrong. Especially this year, having to talk for 5 games. If any of y'all want to commentate and add to that team, by all means. Because listen, it get tiring talking all the. But yeah, TJ, what you mean? And Cairo said King and Backus should get more TV time. I agree. Listen, y'all, me and Sky are just here because we are the ones that are here every week. But trust me, we ain't hogging the seat. Like, we are open to anybody that wants to come and, you know, join in. Trust and believe. So coaching. Our nominees for Coach of the Year this year, Sky Neely of the Wolverines,
All right.
Miguel Rivera of the Blazers, and Corian Yancey of the Chargers.
Yeah.
So,
Good candidates.
shots fired at Darius and King. Right. I'm like, were those shots? Like, what just happened? Oh, and Backus just pointed out that you were the one that actually drafted him.
Yes, I am.
And you did. You drafted him to the Titans. Full circle. Anyway, all right. So, of those 3 candidates, let's talk about each of them. Let's talk about each of them. I'll start with Corian.
Mm-hmm.
The Charger culture that was built, especially if you look at last year. You know, we talked about it all season. And we have to talk about the fact that Corian inherited the Chargers.
Yeah.
So he inherited a situation. He made some trades. His first big move, and I can't remember. I think this happened when he was there. I can't remember if this happened when he was there or when Kenneth was there. But I think the first big move that they made was the first big move that he made was the Ant Baker trade. I think that was the first big building block. And everything else from there, drafting Shaq, drafting Malik. Oh, okay. Well, hey, yeah, there's that too. What if I like commentating? No. Dang, DJ, you don't enjoy my commentary? Goddamn. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not taking it that way. I'm taking it for the fact that you want to free me up to do other stuff, and I actually appreciate that because it's needed for sure, at times for sure. But so I'm sorry, I'm having a little ADD right now to address K-Rose, to address his comment.
You were going about some of the moves that he made earlier about Baker, how he started out with getting Baker, and you know, then
Yeah, but I was going to address K-Rose's comment real quick.
Okay.
So yes, I would put Flip and Nick in there. It's just a little interesting only because Flip came with over half the season already gone. So I would say Nick. If we had to say Nick, then I would say Nick. But I couldn't just throw Flip in there because he didn't spend the entire season with y'all. He I ain't gonna lie, he was y'all were rolling And he just came and added to y'all's situation and added a whole lot, by the way.
He did.
Let's just say that.
Did a great job.
Let's not downplay what Flip came over there and did.
I talked to him. He did an awesome job.
I'm not gonna downplay it.
Strategy, all those different things as
But
far as
you know,
game plan.
by the same token, when we're telling certain players they can't be in the running because they didn't play enough games, it's
Right.
like it's kind of by the same standard.
Right.
Anyway, we try to be fair across the board. But okay, so Backus report just gave us some clarity. Anthony Baker trade, Backus did it with Kenneth. So okay, that was a him and Kenneth thing. But Corian was coaching at the time. So, I mean, like I said, Corian, he has built culture with the Chargers. He's made some great draft picks. Getting Khalil that 1 year, getting KB 2 seasons ago. No, 3 seasons ago now. Was that 3 seasons ago when he got KB? 1, 2. Yes.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 3 seasons ago when he got KB.
Go
So getting KB 3 seasons ago, getting Shaq and Malik 2 seasons ago, whatever development took place with Javonte. And Flip went 9-1 the regular season. That's a great start. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. But he came over as an assistant coach, though. He came over and joined because, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick is still the head coach, and then Flip is the assistant coach. So But anyway, but again, none of this is to diminish what Flip has done this season. Like, I got to make that crystal clear. Because if you're talking top coaches in the league, Flip is one of them. So let's not do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to be mistaken. But Corian's first pick was Khalil. Yes, it was. Sky Gone 10-0 season plus the championship speak for us. I vote Steve. I vote Steve.
Oh, they're firing it, brother.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I was trying to be funny with TJ and be like, the coach that was coaching them. I was like, why you not voting for your actual coach? But I'm not gonna be messy tonight on Les Hoop. We're gonna be civil tonight. But yeah. So now let's move on to Miguel.
All right, Miguel. Now, I think this was one of his, I mean, just looking at it from the beginning of the season, I mean, he had a lot of ups and downs that he had to kind of work through. You could tell that early on the Chargers had to fight through a whole lot of close games early in the season.
Miguel is for the Blazers.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I guess I can say the gray. I'm talking about the old man.
Hey,
but,
it's okay. It's okay.
But
K-Ron said we don't have an assistant coach. They both head coaches.
But
that's fair.
Yeah. So let me go and make sure. Let me give clarity.
Yeah, Miguel.
And actually, I just said the wrong team name. I was actually still talking about the same team, but it is the Blazers. Gotcha, but the wrong name.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they had a lot of early, really close games that he had to weather them through early in the season. Mm-hmm. Like I think the first game he won by like one point. They had a lot of close games, so he did a great coaching job getting them through a lot of those early games. And they had a lot of times where they looked and they were missing some guys. So really good coaching job going down towards the tail end. But I think one of the things that I really want to bring up about Miguel is, I mean, how they started out even with, once going into, to the playoffs. And how that they got up by 25 points, and I got to give this to them. They went up by 25 points. He helped to put them in position to win that game. Now, there was a ferocious, again, comeback, by the Wolverines. So, you think about that, man. He had to turn around so quickly after they lost a game like that. Let's be real. As a coach, I sat there and said, this might be a crusher. Mm-hmm. These guys are done. Mm-hmm. He's gonna have to do something to really make those guys pull themselves up by their bootstraps to come out here after losing a game like that and turn around so quickly. And for those guys to come back, man, that showed heart.
Yeah.
That was a great coaching job to get those guys and to inspire those guys not to sit and just kind of mope, but to turn back around, man, and put out that same effort and to win that next game. And, they ended up losing in the playoffs. But, man, I still look at the season, and I look at them as, again, where he basically did a great job of working and weathering through some things to allow them to have an opportunity, in the playoffs and to be able to show, a heart of a champion for those guys to come back and, win right after losing a game by, after having a 25-point lead.
K-Ron, what chant did he create? What chant did he create? I don't remember. One thing I will point out that he did in that first game, I don't know if you remember this, but the move that he made in that first game against the playoffs, he staggered their scoring. With the way that he started the game, he staggered. Y'all, we don't have co-head. So do we want to put the co-head coaches on there? Like
make another.
Right, like what are we doing? What
category,
exactly
right?
are we asking for here? A co-head coach award? Like what are we doing? Because he just said they don't have an assistant coach. What are we doing? Y'all let me know. Good God. But yeah, he staggered their scoring, and I think that allowed for them to get off. There wasn't it wasn't. So what do we put? What do we put on the award? Bulldogs organization coaching staff, like
Oh my goodness.
Bulldogs coaching staff of the year award. Like what are we doing here? What are we trying to do? But yeah, he staggered their scoring, so basically it just allowed the ball to move.
Right.
And the interesting part about it was, in his choice, he chose not to start Black Lightning, which in some people's mind is like, what? But the way that it actually worked out, it was like he didn't start Black Lightning. Them boys got in on a roll, and then as soon as Josh came in, he killed them. Finished them on off, and now you look up and they up by 29 at one point, or whatever they were up by.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was definitely a good coaching move. So, and then, going on to Sky and the Wolverines. So, for me with that one, I think it's easy to look at it and be like, look at his team. Look at his team. How could you not? Look at his team. But if you actually, like, I'll be straight up, and this is, you already know me and Sky relationship. Like, I'll be straight up. I was one of the ones that said, I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah.
Because he got, he got all them people on that team that
They used to be the man.
that are used to being the man.
Okay.
And that are used to, having the ball in their hands and this and that and this and that. So it's just kind of like, I don't see how that's going to work. But I also said, if there is one coach that I feel could possibly make it work, it was Sky. And if you look at it, really, this guy said, so they said I do K-Row, because K-Row said they're one. I ain't doing this with y'all tonight.
God. Oh, it's on tonight.
I ain't doing this with y'all tonight.
Oh my God.
But yeah, he made it work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He made it work. He figured it out. And like they talked about last week on the show, like everybody bought in. But it takes culture to get everybody to buy in. And then on the flip side of that too, I got to shout out Goon too, because one thing you said about being a good coach is garnering respect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's major.
Let me tell you, been following Goon's journey since he came into this league as a coach. And I want to say he was an assistant first for the Panthers, and then he took over the Panthers. Mm-hmm. And seeing what he was then to who he is now, listen, like, and not even just from a sense of his decision making, but like even the respect that he garners now. I don't feel like they respected him back then. Mm-hmm. When he was with the Panthers and all that, like I don't feel like he had the respect. And last year I even still feel like they were feeling him out. But to have that caliber of players on your team, and Sky is pretty much letting him handle the rotations, handle what's going on, and like all of that. And Sky is there to clean up, handle, manage egos, whatever the case may be. Like that's a coach. That is what a coaching staff is.
Yes.
And Goon, like kudos to you, bro, because like your growth and what you've done, like that's great. So yeah, I definitely think him being coach of the year, it's a no-brainer, to be on this ballot.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer because and then they came away with the championship, so they did something right.
Yeah, you can't just, again, because he played on a talented team, and he had like a talented roster. You find out real quick. I've seen talented rosters, mm-hmm. and seen where you kind of knew that, they're talented, but they're not, together. They're not a team, again, that's the word, a team. Mm-hmm. And see, the thing that I can say, it is a tougher job. You talk about some of these great teams in the NBA. You look at, I'm trying to remember the coach who won all the championships with the Bulls, and the one who went to the
Phil Jackson.
Thank you, sir. I should remember that. But Phil Jackson.
No, that's your era, right?
Yeah, exactly. And actually during my time period. So, you think about it. Phil Jackson. They were pretty good X and O guy. Don't get me wrong. But he knew his team, he knew his players, he knew, basically what they brought to the team. But what he was able to do, because those guys were so talented, especially when he went to the Lakers, he had to get those guys to work together. He had to get those guys to cooperate and that's the word, become unselfish.
Yeah.
I know you can take over a game. But from game to game, you guys have to be able to play. You guys also have to understand that I have game plan. Mm-hmm. So you got to respect, the game plan that I'm putting in place. And one of the things that I will always kind of definitely respect about, again, with the Wolves coaches, they make in-game decisions. They might come with a game plan, but that game plan, if they see that game plan ain't working, this is the difference between teams winning and going and be able to win championships. When you basically are be able to make in-game decisions where you see a team, they have done something different. They've shifted something. You know how to play to your strength, but then also be able to adjust when you see a team that's doing something to try to take away something or whatever. They made really great in-game decisions, and they knew how to when to stop certain things, when there was certain momentum, knowing when all these things are things that you learn as a coach. They knew when to call timeouts. They knew how to stop runs. They knew how to play certain ways at certain points in the game. They knew how to pace the game. The players, they had smart players, but I saw in games when they didn't just take it for granted. They would call timeouts at certain points and to make sure that those players knew this is where we're going right now. This is where we are in the game. This is what we're doing. So I can appreciate that, because I always felt like they were, with all these things, they were consistent.
Yeah.
They were consistent all year with these things. Well-coached team. But I can say the same thing about all these other teams that we're talking about, all these other coaches that we're talking about. They weren't only just great coaches, because not only did they have to be coaches, they had to be great GMs. I can respect how they built their teams and got guys who were able to buy in, and that actually made for their success during the year.
Agreed. Totally agreed. All right, well, that's going to wrap up Coach of the Year, y'all. No, I mean, he wasn't saying Goon was Phil Jackson. He was saying the overall concept of getting players to buy in.
I just tried to make comparisons.
And you know what? You know what? Now that I say it back, what you said, you did low-key just kind of compare Goon. But were you comparing Goon or just the Wolverines coaching staff?
Well, I mean, when I look at the coaching staff, because, my thing is I know they work together. And I also know Goon played a heavy hand, because even Sky, was saying that he really gave him more of the reins to really run this team. But the thing about it is, you can only kind of take that to a certain level, because when I start saying Phil Jackson, he did it over a prolonged period of time. So when we start talking championships, we're talking about how many rings did this man have?
So basically what he's saying is you gotta get some more.
Give me a couple of more of these, but give me a couple of more, then I can kind of forget. But I still have to do that, because again, he had a certain level of respect from his players,
for sure,
and they had buy-in, and that's a tough thing for a coach to get, is the respect from the players and to get their buy-in. When you get that, man, you can pretty much accomplish anything when you got that type of talent.
True. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna keep this thing moving. We're going to talk about DPOY next. We're going to talk about the Defensive Player of the Year. So, we're going to go to another little commercial break real quick. We're going to get some new faces in here, talk about DPOY, and we will be right back.
And we're back. What's up, man? We got Dez here, the champ.
What up, champ?
What up, champ? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we talking about Defensive Player of the Year. You know what I'm saying? We got a few people in there. Yeah. I think who is it? Mason,
Miles,
and Nick. think we got one more.
Any honorable mentions?
I don't know. We'll get to that.
Okay.
First of all, I do want to say something about Miles. Not just because he's my one of my players, but he did. He had a basketball incident, to say the least. Had to have surgery. I don't want to go into details, but he had to have surgery. But everything is fine. He's actually up and doing what he's doing.
Yeah, prayers up to Miles, man.
Yeah. Keep prayers up for him. Yep, all of that stuff. So, but did want to say that. But back to this though. Defensive Player of the Year. So as Darius spoke, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you the question. You know what constitutes? You know what is the definition that you say a Defensive Player of the Year would be?
I think it's about consistency. You know what I mean? And then who did you have to guard? You know what I mean? When I look at Scott West, I think we got a lot of good guards in this league that's hard to defend. And I know because, and I'm a little biased, when it comes to Miles because, it's like, I know he always had to take the toughest assignment. You know what I mean? So who did you have to guard? The consistency, you know what I mean? How tough did you make it on players? So that's my personal definition, though.
I got you. Man, y'all can chime in on what y'all think Defensive Player of the Year, means and what it is. But so man, we're gonna talk about all of these people. I guess the top three that we're talking about is Mason, Nick, and Miles. So we'll talk about. And I think Glass is Glass is on there as well.
Sure.
So when we talk about Mason and we talk about Glass, we're talking about blocks.
Right, we're talking about blocks.
We're talking about a lot of blocks. Right. So. I don't think when we played them, did they have Mason?
They didn't have Mason. And that's what I wanted to say about Mason. I think if Mason played every game, he would without doubt be the Defensive Player of the Year. So I think the fact that he didn't play enough games kind of takes him out a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I know when we played him, he wasn't there. But like I said, I know his shot blocking ability, his ability to contest shots and make it hard on you. But I just didn't see enough.
Right.
Because how many games did he play this year? 4, 5?
I want to say he played 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah, he was out for a few games, but I want to say he played 5 or 6. But one of those games he had 7 blocks, man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. If he plays every game, I think he runs away with it unanimously.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and just the very last game they played, I think he had a bunch of blocks as well. I mean, it's just crazy.
Right.
But the biggest thing that I wanted to say was, hold up, he said pull up. Oh, they saying pull your mic towards your face, Mr. Rush.
My bad, y'all. I don't do this all the time. My bad.
So, so he had a great his last game was great as well defensively. Yeah. One thing that stuck out in my mind though is the block that he had on Don Julio. It was in the corner. I don't know if you were at that game or you were watching that game.
I don't know if I've seen that.
I think it was when they were playing the Titans and Don tried to do the one-on-one thing as Don Julio's good at that.
Right.
And man, Mason was right there, and it's just not his blocking ability, but his footwork was good.
Right.
So that is the play that really sticks out in my head when it comes to him. So, but you got him, you got Glass. Now Glass missed some games too.
Yeah, he did.
Glass missed some games too. But one thing I can say about Glass, Mason said I can guard 1 through 5.
He can. I was going to say that. I think Mason can guard 1 through 5. He get that switch. I think he's got the lateral quickness and the length to stay in front of anybody. But like I said, I just think it's missing so many games. And knowing that Miles played every game, knowing that Nick played just about every game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he's going to come back and try to get it next year, though.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Obviously. But
just stay healthy, bro. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
But on to Glass. We're talking about Glass, man. Like I said, they're kind of the same type. Right. I will say that Mason's blocks are like, they're good blocks. But man, Glass trying to throw the ball through the wall when he blocks.
He trying to break the glass. He trying to pick up the glass.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah, and I know Glass is one of those players when I play against him. I try to cross over. He's one of those players that can actually pick my pocket. He does it all the time, and I'm like, bro, how do you do that? Like, you're like the only one that can do that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got a lot of respect for the Glass on the defensive end, though.
Here we go. So TT having a Carl moment. We're gonna give TT his props for his blocks and everything like that.
Shout out TT for his blocks.
Hey TT, hey man, I ain't going there with you, dude. You did have a lot of nice blocks, bro. I ain't front.
You did.
But just don't have your Carl moments, man. We give you credit where it's due. It's all good, man. But yeah, hold on, what CEO talking about? CEO gets blocks on the perimeter and down low. Just saying.
Definitely got to shout out CEO for sure.
We'll shout him out, man.
Yeah.
You know, CI thinks different. Cause CI scored about 82 on him, so you know what I'm saying. We go, so we
Shots fired.
He kind of lost me with that one.
Let's take another runner with that one.
Had to snatch his name. But nah, for real, Darius, I give him his credit though.
For sure,
Darius
for
is a good
sure.
defender,
Definitely
so.
honorable mention, for sure.
But want to talk. But on to Nick though. Let's talk about Nick. We was talking about Nick. Nick is he's like his defensive character is crazy because like he can do all this, like he's always in your face.
Yeah, he's just so athletic, man. Man, it's hard to get around Nick, man.
It is.
I know if Nick is guarding me, somebody come set a screen.
Set a screen.
I'm not going to take him one-on-one. So he's one of those type players where, like, you don't want to take him one-on-one. And even if you do get past him, he probably going to block your shot, too.
Oh, bro, I've seen it to where somebody got past him, and then he's like, all right, I'm about to eat quick.
Yeah.
And you look, you lay the ball up, like, okay, I got
it.
Oh, no, I don't.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I don't. You know, as I said, man, Nick got so many bunnies, bro. Like he is crazy out there. So, but I gotta give him his credit. And like you said, I mean, you played against him, so I mean, just Bulldogs in general, just like God Almighty, man.
They definitely got some dogs over there, man, for real. That whole team, but he's the leader of that pack, though. So I knew him being out in them playoffs, that was gonna affect him a lot because when you don't have him to guard Malik, you know what I mean, it's gonna cause trouble. So I think him being out, I think that was, definitely a key reason why they lost that game. Game 3,
And I'll say that, and Nick as well. I think I think he had an incident at work, so that's why he was kind of in and out with that series because his arm, I think his arm got burnt at work or something like that.
Man, prayers up for you, Nick. Speedy recovery.
Prayers up for him as well. And anybody else in the league we miss, man. Prayers up for anybody that's dealing
y'all
with
boys
injuries,
get healthy, man.
For real, because we want to see everybody back, for real. Right. But who was the other one?
Miles.
And we talked about Miles. And I'm trying not to be biased, because I got a Scott West shirt on today. So,
I'm a little biased, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little biased.
Got it right but it's a Scott West shirt. But if I'm looking at it with the CEO hat, like, I know us as coaches, we put him on whoever was kind of the hot man, especially when it came to guards.
Right.
And Miles played a lot of minutes.
He did.
He played a lot of minutes, man. And if he didn't stop people, he still was enough of a pest, to slow him down.
Right. He ain't gonna stop.
And we asked him to do the hard assignments, man. He said, yep. Kenneth said Nick led all guards in blocks.
I'm sure he did.
That's impressive.
Right.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. So, definitely. I think when it comes to Miles, I think when you look at the numbers, when you look at our team, we was not only the best offensive team, but we were the best defensive team.
And stats-wise, like I said, I'm wearing Sky West, so I'm just going based off of stats.
Right.
Based off of stats. I do think our points allowed and, was the lowest, and our point scored was the highest. So I will say that it's the truth to that comment based on the stats. Right. So we will say that.
Right. I know Miles, he's basically like the head of the snake when it comes to that, because I know I'm not a defensive player. And so Miles knew when it's time to play Blazers or it's time to play the Chargers, Miles, you got Josh or you got Malik or you got TJ or you got K-Roll, you know what I mean? So I look at all the players the guards that he had to guard, night in, night out, still go out there and try to score. And the consistency, I think Miles, I believe he played every game. I don't think he missed a game. So I think when you look at the numbers, you look at the consistency, who he had to guard. Like I said, I'm right there next to him, so I know what he's doing on the defensive end. I know I couldn't guard the best guard and then do that on the offensive end. So,
and I'll say I'll say Black Lightning and I say Black Lightning. He's one of the I say Black Lightning. Period. He's one of the hardest people to guard.
So fast.
Like, no discredit to anybody else in this league, but God, man.
Him and Malik.
Malik is
shifty. Malik is really
he's just shifty, and like he like counters your weight some type of way, man. Right. Like he'll spin off of you and like you over here in
Yeah.
Australia,
Yeah.
and we still playing in America, man.
Right.
It's just like,
Right.
bro, like how did he get that much room?
Exactly.
And then Black Lightning's first step, bro. It's like, God.
He's one of those players you can't pressure him. Like,
No,
you don't guard him full
no.
court. Like, he's not one of them guys. And then you got Malik. I think Miles maybe the only guard that can like physically stay with him in the post. 'Cause
Right,
once
right.
Malik puts you in the post, it's really over with. And Miles was able to, take some of those bumps and bruises
Right.
sometimes though. So,
Right.
like
He
I said,
lost some of the battles.
Yeah, he lost. You gonna lose some of them battles. You gonna
He
lose
lost
some of them battles. But
we got a couple of people that have chimed in. So first of all, Shad, what up?
What up, Shad? What up, champ?
How you doing, bro?
I see somebody said, "Why not Hollywood?"
And why not Hollywood? That was the thing right there. So, man, I'll be honest with you, man. Like I do have to mention him as an honorable mention, man, because one thing about Hollywood that I love to see him do it. I hate when he was doing it against us, but the dude, he runs forever, bro.
Yeah, he's kind of like Alvarado. What's his name?
Yeah.
From the Pelicans.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
Jose
Yeah,
Alvarado.
just
Because
like-
he's one of those guys. He might sneak up from, and hit the
Yes.
ball. You know, he got me with
Yes.
that one game, and I was like, man, where did you come from? You know what I mean? So he is always running, and him, Black Ice too, not Black Ice, Black Lightning. You gotta give a shout out to him too, man. He's quick on that defensive end though. He's a hard player to get around.
He is, and he pressures.
He does.
Like he pressures a lot.
He does.
Like he's up in your face.
Right.
So
Right.
when they were running that 3-2 on us,
Mhm.
like they really could run it because of him, because it was like he could make up ground. If they lost ground, he could really make it up. He was
Yeah.
really, really fast at making it
Right.
up and playing the correct defense.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it's a lot of honorable mentions that
Man.
we can
Shout
say.
out to the Blazers backcourt for sure. Oh man, I can't forget my guy Omari. I got to give my boy Omari a shout out.
Yeah.
Man, you know what I mean? Him and Miles.
Even though
I got to, man.
I'll say it like this.
I might receive some hate in the comments when they might go crazy on that.
This is the part though that gets me, and what I like about Amari, and I kind of like question. It's like, Amari, we don't want you to guard player X.
Right.
No, man, I got it.
He don't want to hear that because that's what he said. That's what I'm here for.
Exactly.
But I give him credit,
Yeah.
not the playoffs, but the regular season game against Gino. He held his own that game. Though. he did his thing, though, man. But I hope y'all ain't hating on my boy Amari. He definitely deserves some credit. That he's our motor, man. He brings that energy to the team for
does.
sure. For sure.
Two things I want to say. One is I'm gonna read K-Roll's. Can you put that back up there? It was kind of long. Somebody said Amari tried.
What I say, they gonna go crazy in the
So,
comments when I say that, man. Stop hating on my boy Omari, man. He ain't
Carroll
going
said
like that.
Dare forced the most turnovers. God, blah, blah, blah. And got blocks and steals. I can't recall too many people that scored on him outside of the paint. Dev hits multiple defensive categories and beat a 6'6" guy on a jump ball. That's actually,
I mean,
gotta give him credit. Gotta give him credit for
I
that.
don't know if I watched Dev enough to, to chime in on that one.
Yeah, Dev. I guess Dev didn't make a lot of noise for people, but I think one thing about Darius and myself, we watch every game,
Right.
and everybody doesn't stay for every game, so we
Right.
do have like a slight advantage when it comes to seeing these players and knowing who they are.
Exactly.
So I do understand that. The other thing I want to shout out is Restream just sent a message and said, I've received 100 messages. I think y'all sent out 100 messages. So shout out to all y'all that's joining and putting in comments, man. We appreciate y'all. So that's I guess that's a little milestone that we be hitting. So
Yeah, that's what you
That's
got. That's
cool.
what happens when the champs get on the thing. What should I say?
hold on, he said I haven't said nothing, but all year I had a triple-double and a double-double from rebounds and assists. Sounds like how's that defensive player? Sean, you trolling.
You already got a championship, man. Chill out, bro.
You trolling. Oh, back to TJ, Carl Jr. He said I'm player X. Oh boy.
Oh man. Oh, I'm dying.
Man, it's all.
Man, listen, I thought we had a good defensive team, period, man, with Miles, Amari, especially when we had Josh and Rashad. You know, I know when I had them guys around me, man, I know we was going to play some good defense and get out and run, though.
Yeah. So,
Shout out to squad.
and Josh just said that Shad should get MVP, which that's another conversation that we're about to have.
For sure.
But y'all chime in while we think about this a little bit. You chime in.
Right.
And tell
Have
us
they
which-
really said who they got for real?
Yeah,
What's y'all picks?
Let's see
for
who y'all got,
defensive
man.
player of the year?
Like, for real.
Miles, Nick, and
Miles, Nick, Mason, and
Mason.
Glass.
And Mason and Glass,
Yep.
for sure.
Yeah, y'all tell
Like
us who
I said,
y'all got, man.
I'm going with Miles. I'm a little biased on that one. Nick did his thing for sure.
Yep,
Mason
yep.
would have got it, you know what I'm saying, played enough games, but I got to go with Miles.
Yeah. Oh, and Josh, hey, I don't know if you heard us talking about you, bro, but you know we was giving you your
Yeah,
flowers.
Josh,
bro.
I definitely got your flowers, bro.
Like, for real.
You ain't easy to score on,
For
bro.
real, nah. So is somebody else say? Okay, he said 100 days. So y'all keep chiming in, man. You know it's gonna be interesting, man. That's why we want y'all to come to this award ceremony, man, because it's gonna be fun. Like I said, get your swag ready. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
I think Dez was like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna wear yet, man.
I don't know, man. I seen what TJ had on last. I'm like,
I Yeah.
don't know.
Keep in mind, we have all SkyWest teams. So people will be ready. Yeah, so good call out, Backus. We'll have, you know, I think all SkyWest first team, second team, all of that stuff.
For defense, right?
For offense and defense,
And
I
defense.
believe.
So are we talking about that too?
Well, I
You
don't know.
wanna
I think it's defensive and then just, I guess, the overall, you know, first and second team,
talk? Okay.
all SkyWest. So, yep.
So should we talk about that real quick, the defensive team?
Look.
What that?
TJ said, he said, so I'm not in the conversation.
TJ, here we go.
Respect.
TJ, I said I got you for defensive player of the year, man. You hear me?
Hey, man, we're just playing with you, TJ.
We're playing
man.
with you, TJ. You won,
for
bro.
real. Like, you're an honorable mention for real, man.
For
like,
sure.
like all jokes aside, you know, I know I'm calling you Carl Jr., but that's
Right.
just jokes, bro. Don't get mad at me, man. You know you're my homeboy.
Yeah, definitely. But that first team, Mason in there, obviously Miles, Nick,
So
Glass.
only team said Miles for defensive player of the year.
Who was that?
Only team. I don't know who that is. Only team. Darius
Amari.
also said, Backus said rookie teams, defensive teams, and all SkyWest teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that,
Thanks for the clarification.
I want to see that defensive team, though.
Yep. But we're gonna keep it rolling. Next up, we're gonna have rookie of the year. This is gonna be interesting. So we'll check y'all in a minute.
All right, Kenneth. So you one of them ones. You've been with us from the very, very beginning.
Right. Yes,
So
sir.
you've seen many rookies come into our league. Now, you correct me if I'm wrong on this, but would you say that more often than not, we're getting rookies that are coming in that are becoming some of the best players in the league almost immediately?
Yes, I agree. Yes, most definitely.
So, you know, that kind of speaks to the growth of the league and, you know, the visibility and better players coming in. I mean, if you look at the rookies in this conversation, I know two of them, and probably now that I think about it, and you know what? You probably can answer this. Now that I really think about it, all four of the people that are being nominated, they probably average 20 or more.
Yes, that is correct.
So we're going to talk about, so let's just get right to the nominees. So we already know Jordan Smith, number
Yes. Mm-hmm.
one. PJ,
Yes.
a.k.a. Patrick Beverly. Sharon King,
Yes.
and Barry Brown.
Yes.
So
Tough choices. Right
So
there.
all four of them, that's four rookies coming into the league, and did any of them average under 20 for the season? Because Barry missed games, but when he did play, I'm almost sure he scored 20 or more.
Yeah, he did. And the thing about Barry and PJ, they was our top two in field goal percentage
For the whole league.
for the whole league.
So they had the highest percentage.
Mm-hmm. They were average about 2 or 3 misses a game, so that's why it's kind of tough with them. And Jordan, of course, led the league in scoring, and then King led us in attempts of 3-point attempts. So yeah, it's a tough choice. I can say anything about all four of them.
So let's talk about King, because King, I'm gonna be honest. And y'all know me. I stand on mine. So if I say it, I'm gonna say that I said it and admit when I'm wrong. I was not sure what K. Rose saw when he drafted King. I was literally like, of the mindset of, because if you look at tryouts, one thing I can say sometimes, and this is why I encourage people, before you draft somebody, do work. Get your team together and do workouts, because tryouts can be deceiving. Because all I saw in tryouts was King shoot the ball. That was it. And I will say this: he didn't shoot at tryouts like he shot during the season. He missed a lot of them at tryouts, but he didn't. But I mean, we all saw what happened during the season. Yeah. So I was one of the ones that was like, bro, I have no idea why K-Roll just picked. They need a big. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, they need a big. I'm thinking they going to get PJ first or something like that. But then the season rolls around, and I see, so King can just not only shoot, but he plays strong down low as well, especially when he gets a mismatch. He's just an overall high IQ scorer. So I'm like, okay, I take that back. I eat my words, because King was a perfect fit for the Bulldogs.
Well, I had the pleasure of seeing King in other situations too, so I kind of knew what he was probably getting when he was drafting him. In a sense, he just wasn't showcasing it that day.
So what did you know, in your own words? What did you know from the beginning of the season? Like, okay, I see where K-Roll is going with that. What did you know?
Well, I know he's a great 3-point shooter. He did it in the stats, all the attempts he had. When he gets hot, he gets hot. So he's not only just a 3-point shooter, he can also take it to the basket. That's part of the game that I didn't see a lot of in other situations. It was very impressive that he was driving the ball too.
Gotcha. So yeah, like I said, I mean, and then Spin Cycle himself, PJ. I met PJ. What's crazy? I met PJ. The Savages drafted my boy, but I met PJ at LA, and I drafted. I brought him to the league and all that type of stuff like that, hoping he was gonna play with the Red, but it didn't work out that way. But even when I saw him play then, I didn't see what I saw in the league. Like, he was more so like, shooting mid-range and different stuff like that. I had no idea this dude's post-game was that dangerous, especially that Spin Cycle situation. Like, no idea. So seeing him come in, and I mean, I'm sure the Savages can attest to this, that K-Roll said, got to do homework on players. No, for sure. For sure, K-Roll. And I tip my hat to you on that one, because, like I said, you called that. I didn't see that one. So, yeah, you definitely called that. But, PJ, I know the Savages can say that he played a very intricate role on their team in the wins that they did get this season, because without PJ, I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, they still had Steve, TJ, but having that third that could really go at it with them, I mean, that was a big move. And then, they were down Perp this year. So it was tough for the Savages, but I felt like PJ came in and he definitely filled that void.
Oh, yeah, he was one of the big three. I call him the big three.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. So you had stats on this. So talk to us about Mr. Jordan Smith in this Rookie of the Year.
Well, this is like the first time I've seen someone actually come in and been as dominant as he has been. Like, you come in, I think the first game, you scored 37.
Mm-hmm.
And the way he did it, where he was just scoring efficiently, not just scoring. It was just strategically playing. It was a good game to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's one of those things where, like you said. You remember, and this is one thing I'm deviating a little bit to the NBA, just a little bit. Little NBA talk. Y'all can chime in on this too. But I miss the days of the NBA where when rookies got drafted, they got drafted to teams and they were instant game changers. Like when D Rose got drafted to the Bulls, game changer. Ja to Memphis, game changer. Al Horford to Atlanta, game changer for Atlanta. Like, you know what I'm saying? All these, Blake Griffin to the Clippers. Now, granted, he didn't play that first year, but when he came that next year, game changers. Bron, going all the way back to Bron, D-Wade. Like, these were rookies coming in, and they immediately changed the game.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like now you got these draft classes coming out where it's just like people are hoping in 2 and 3 years they're actually going to be something. But, like, I miss the days of the league where these guys were coming in and changing the game.
Yeah.
And
Made immediate impact.
Yes, immediate impact wherever they got drafted. Like, and in some situations they became the man, like wherever they were. So Jordan, I believe he was one of the ones that came in. Probably not one of the ones. He was probably the one that came into his situation and became the man on that team, and rightfully so.
Yes.
Because like you said, not only, I remember that first game, it was against Black Ice, and it wasn't like he was just jacking up shots and just like, you know, taking, like, no, he was scoring efficiently at will.
Yes.
I mean, they switched different people on them, they did different things, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you definitely, there's no way he could not be in this conversation for Rookie of the Year. There's absolutely
Yes,
no
and
way.
he also probably will get some MVP consideration how dominant he's been.
He would have to. I mean, but look, we ain't there yet. We ain't there yet. But look, y'all. So y'all been chiming in. Y'all talk to us about this Rookie of the Year thing. Like, who y'all got for Rookie of the Year? Like, what?
We can talk about Barry too. Barry would impress about when I would do his stats. See, he would always. This guy never missed like 2 or 3 shots a game, even against us. It was the same thing against us. Like, I always like the fact he always be in his position and always find the ball and put it in the basket.
One thing I can say about Barry, see, there are certain players, and Barry is one of them, where, because, you know, following a lot of these guys on different platforms and things like that, you know, you wonder what's real and what's highlight film. And, you know I would see, you know, things that Barry would post. I got 50 in this league. I got 30 in this league. I got 25 in this league. And it's kind of one of those things where I've seen situations where guys would post stuff like that, and then they would come to Sky West, and they don't average over 10.
Yeah.
Or they don't average, or they barely score, or they don't get minutes, or whatever the case may be. But Barry is one of them ones where it's just like, oh, okay, no, it's real. You know what I mean? Like, no, he's legit that tough. Like, what you see, it's not just highlights. What you see is not just, you know, haphazard. Like, Barry is legit that tough.
Yeah, see, what you see is what you
What
get.
you seeing
Yeah,
is what you get. And, like, Jordan is another one of those ones where it's just like, no, he's legit that tough. And to be honest with you, Jordan don't even really post highlights and stuff like that. To be honest with you, with Jordan, it was word of mouth. Because, you know, and I'm sure you get this, and in my position as well, it's people always coming to me, man, my homeboy need to play in this league, bro. My homeboy's so good. So I was getting that with Rome, his cousin. He's like, man, my cousin, bro, I'm telling you, he got to play. And I'm just like, okay, all right. You know, everybody says their cousin or homeboy is good. Bruh, I told Rome, I said, I trust your judgment forever when it comes to basketball. And in terms of telling me somebody is good, or if you tell me somebody's good, I'm going to listen, because you hit this nail right on the head.
And I also had a chance to see Jordan play in other situations as well. And, yeah, he was scoring then, too. So this game never changed. He's a scorer.
I ain't going to lie. So some of these other situations, like, I ain't been, you know, all around the set. Like, I've had my head down building this one. Me and Scott had our heads down building this company, so we hadn't been able to see a whole lot. We're now transitioning now that this is rolling, you know, to be able to venture out and kind of focus on, you know, the more scouting and all that type of stuff. But, man, getting to this point, we've been had to keep our head down and focus. But, yeah, man, these rookies this year, man, they were insane. And these he said, Rome ain't never lied. Nah, Rome ain't never lied, bro, at all. He has my trust. But, yeah, these rookies were insane, man. And like I said, it makes me – that's why, honestly, I always tell people, give up your first-round pick like let that be your last resort. Giving up a first round pick before the next season or whatever the case may be, or at least until tryouts or whatever the case may be, because there's always talent coming in. Like, don't get me wrong, we have talent within the league as well, but it's always talent coming in. And like, I know for me, because there's people that's ask me, what you gonna do? I'm not doing nothing until probably after the second tryout. Then I'll know probably what I'm gonna do, because I need to at least see what's coming in, because man, game changers came in this year. I mean, we was talking about, let's back up. We were talking about defensive player of the year. We got a rookie in the defensive player of the year conversation. Mason came in this year. He's in defensive player of the year conversation.
And he's an honorable mention rookie of the year.
And we can give him an honorable mention. You know. Yes, Darius Backus, that was definitely subliminal. Yes, you caught it. And then King's talking about Melo in 03. Oh, I know what King talking about. As an insider, I know exactly what King means by Melo in 03. I know exactly
All I would say, if you can just rack the statistician nerve, you done something very, very well doing y'all stats when you rack my nerves.
Yeah, y'all be putting Kenneth to work, because y'all be making him work. Dang, that's funny, King. You made me laugh at that, bro. I know exactly what he mean. I'm gonna say that was his last words before he left the gym that night. But anyway, yeah, it's been a good rookie season so far, and like I said, it's gonna be real, real dope. But we actually skipped over one, y'all. So we actually gonna back up a little bit before we talk about this last one, MVP. We did not talk about the sixth man of the year. Okay. So we're gonna take another little break. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get a little somebody else in here, and we're gonna talk about sixth man of the year. So y'all don't go nowhere. Stay locked. We almost there. We only got 2 left: sixth man of the year and MVP. So yeah, we'll be right back. Will we be right back? Well, we're just going to put something up, just some kind of...
What's up, y'all? It's me again. I'm back with another guest we got here, man. They call this man the skill doctor, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Let's do this. Why they call you skill doctor, man? Let me, fill me in on this, man.
All right, so check this out. I came up with this strictly off by accident. So at first I was going to do lawn care, way back out of college. So I was like, shoot, what I'm gonna call my business? I was like, shoot, I'm gonna call it the lawn doctor, because I'm gonna operate on yards like a doctor operate on patients.
I got you.
And then, came back from playing in Mexico. I started slowly training to get back in shape. Then I start getting other players involved and working out with me. Next thing you know, us working out turned to me working them out. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to start this basketball business. I'm going to take the line doctor off and just put skill doctor. So, and that's how it is. So, yeah, man, skill doctor is catchy.
It is, man.
A little bit.
See, I didn't even know that. That's why I had to ask. Because I knew why you would call the skill doctor, but I didn't know the story behind it, man. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I tell them all the time. I tell clients, man, shoot, we don't work out. We're going to operate. I'm going to operate on you.
Right. So you teaching them how to operate on the court.
Yeah,
I got you, man. And it's funny you say lawn care, man, because that's what I do now, man.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I might call you sometimes.
Yeah, I still do a little bit. Grading, all that stuff. Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Plug.
Easy plug.
Anyway, man, we're here to talk about this 6 man of the year. So I got a list of who's in the running. So we got Tarver. Okay. We got Jermaine.
Okay.
And then we got Lango.
Okay.
So like we've been doing, man, you tell me like what constitutes a 6 man of the year. Like what is the definition of a 6 man of the year?
I mean, a 6 man is really a 6 starter. You know, someone who comes in and it's no let up when it comes to, you know, him entering the game. So whether that's scoring, rebound, assist, leadership, and change of tempo. So those my 5 categories of when I'm looking at any award. You know, so if they don't change at least 3 out of the 5 of those, you know, like they shouldn't even be in the running. So
I got you. I got to look at some of these comments. Mason said, does KB count? No. Does KB count as 6 man? Just because he's coming the third quarter every game
Exactly.
does not. That's funny, though. Good try. And let me see. Faust, he said, my boy is skilled doctor. We're working on the off season, bro. I need your help for my repeat.
I keep telling y'all to come holler at me. Like, keep telling y'all.
And let me see. Backer said skilled doctor started out in Scott West as a
ref.
as a ref. You did.
Yeah, I did.
That didn't care how you felt about him blowing his whistle.
Hey, I really didn't. Yo, those were good times, man. Those really was. Those were good times.
He did. And I ain't gonna lie, man. When you was, I think I had a pick after, cause Savages pick you up there. Yeah, I had a pick after the Savages, and I was like, man, I'm looking at skill doctor like, man, I want to get him. Cause I had called you and everything, man.
Yeah, I remember we had a conversation.
Yeah, we had a conversation,
good
man.
conversation.
And then they pick you up. I was like, God dang.
I figured it was gonna happen, but I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. Like that first year, man, I was so out of shape. I had so much going on, so I wasn't even playing basketball outside of when I was playing with Scott West. So
Yeah.
you know, it was just, yeah, man. That was a hard rookie year.
Hey, man, but I did see you play this year, man. I mean, it looked like you got your feet back under you a little bit,
Yeah,
man.
just a little bit.
You
just
know,
a little
doing your
bit,
thing,
so,
man. So
yeah.
you always been a brick house, though, bro. You
Hey.
strong as crap, bro.
Hey, man, I had to figure out how to use my weight, man. Played football, played running back, free safety. So, shoot, man, I just learned how to hit people.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool, man. But let's talk about these players, man. So I guess we'll start with Tarver, man. What's your thoughts on him being 6 man?
I mean, if you really want to be honest, if it's only really between 2 people in my eyes. That's Tarver and Lango.
Gotcha.
When it comes to impact, not only just scoring, but the change of tempo, the leadership, the spurts they be going through offensively and defensively. For a case for Tarver, it was games where I seen Black Ice down, and he single-handedly brought him in the game, offensively, defensively,
Right.
brought the energy. And Lango was one of those sneaky athletes that you look at him, you be like, he can jump, he can run fast, but you don't know how fast or how high he jumped until you actually in the game with him.
What?
So, you know, because it was a couple times I seen him, I'm just like, all right, he going for the rebound when he coming down.
right.
So it's stuff like that, man, that really, in my opinion, that it, you know, no disrespect to Maine, but, you know, it puts them two, you know, ahead of him when it comes to that category.
And I'll say, I think what hurt Jermaine a little bit in this category, because I like Jermaine. I really like Jermaine. What hurt him in this category, I think, was the beginning of the season. Fellas, who is this? Fellas, great season. Everybody, super exciting league, Scott West basketball. Appreciate the props.
Sure.
But I think the first half of the year, I think Jermaine was kind of underutilized, and I think as the year kind of progressed, he got better.
Do you think it was just like he was trying to get used to the pace of the game? He was trying to fill his team out too much, or he waited too late to be assertive? Do you think it was more of that, or it's just, you know?
I think he was trying to find his place.
Okay.
Because you got to think about it. The Blazers is still and has been for a while. It's like that powerhouse team.
Yeah.
And they were a powerhouse without him.
Yeah.
You know, so I think he was coming in trying to feel his way. But I think, I mean, he put his stamp on the game a little bit, you know, towards the end of the
Yeah,
season.
you seen when he started getting comfortable because he started getting the rebound, bringing it up the court, you
Right.
know, shooting it off the dribble, stuff like that. So I was just like, you can kind of see when players start getting comfortable and in rhythm.
Yeah,
But you know,
yeah. He said mango tough. He said mango.
mango.
This man a fruit now. He said mango. But nah, yeah, Lango is tough. I mean, you know, I think I call Dev, I call him a spark plug.
Okay.
I would call Lango a firecracker, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause God dog, man, he'll come off the bench and score 11 straight like that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
and
saying?
the crazy thing about it, like I remember the commentator said, I remember y'all said it one time. He's Derrick Rose like.
Yes,
I
yes.
understand when y'all said that because when I actually kept watching him, like when he get it off the board, he get down the court so fast. So like you said, in all honesty, I'm gonna say this: the Bulldogs underutilized him too, because having him and Nick to push the pace, man, they should have been averaging 100 points for real.
Yeah, bro, it was crazy, bro.
Because you got that many athletes, especially when you add Lango, like yeah, man. So that's just my 2 cents of what I saw.
Carl Jr. just said he he progressed before and after I threw his shot into the crowd.
Wow, that's wild.
That's crazy, man. But back to Joe though. Talking about Joe, bro. I don't know how. Hey, so Gas House, you know, North Carolina, that's where I'm from. Say Gas House representing everywhere. LANGO is that dude. So look, that's my boy Pierre that be talking on the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hey, what's up, doctor?
Yeah, exactly.
What's up, man? But anyway, Tarver, man, he has when he drive to the basket, he got like this one spin move he
Man,
does.
look, let me tell you.
And can't nobody stop it, bro.
Look, I played in college with Joseph Tarver, and he been doing it since 2013. It haven't changed. Look, he take 2 dribbles to the right, and he shrug his shoulders like this.
Right.
He's spinning.
He's spinning,
it
bro.
ain't no other choice. He gonna spin. So, but for whatever reason, man, he figured out how to make it work, and it's just hilarious because I'm just like, hey, spin move. If he go left to right crossover, 2 dribbles, shrug shoulders, spin move,
Spin move, man. It was like that, man. So,
spin move and cover.
but I agree, man. There was a lot of times where the players that you thought was supposed to carry that team wasn't carrying the team, and Joe came in and was just like on fire,
Like,
man.
and the thing that I saw from Joe this year more than anything, that he went on runs by himself.
Yeah.
At least once a game where he went on like a 6-0 run, 8-0 run, 10-0 run, you know, hitting threes, going to the basket, you know, getting steals, helping on defense. So I think Joe, from a statistics standpoint and just from how he was moving, this is probably one of his best years. So,
Yeah.
you know, in all honesty, he shouldn't be in the 6-man conversation. He should have been starting. So,
Yeah, and I think that was up in the air because I think he did start a lot of games sometimes, but I guess, you know, he got put in the 6-man category because he wasn't.
He was on and off.
He was on, yeah. So we got to give it to him. Beckett said Tarver almost carried Black Ice to the wins they had this season.
He almost carried them to the play-in game.
Yeah.
In all honesty, and I'm gonna say this: Josh shouldn't have got that last shot. It should have been either Tarver or Rodney. It should have been one of them two.
Right.
You know, that's you can call it controversy, but that's just from my standpoint of what I saw.
No, I get it, man. I get it. Also, his corner 3, bro. He's got a good corner 3.
Every single time, swing. He letting it go.
And he knows when to go to that corner. He knows when to go to the corner, man. So, like, his game did really help Black Ice when they did get their wins. I can agree with that. But like I said, it's tough. But for me, and I'm just, like I said, I'm not trying to down Jermaine at all because I do think he's improving.
Man, if you in the talks of it, you trust me, you shouldn't feel bad if you in the talks. You
Right.
you in the vicinity. So it's just them guys took the 6 man to the next level. So
Right.
I mean, Jermaine had a good season, but like you said, he kind of started off slow. You know,
Right.
nobody really knew of him until like the 3rd, 4th game.
Right.
But those guys from the start made an impact right off the muscle.
Right. Who said? He said no wrong. Okay, hold on. Lango, no doubt, tough. He's a starter any night on any team. Super explosive. And he said, Beckett said, no wrong choice. I don't know what you mean by that, Beckett. You know what he mean by that?
I guess he's saying you can't lose with either choice.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
think
I got
so.
you. Yep, I'm giving out names, bruh. Like, Spark Plug Firecracker, man. It just come here, man.
Hey, look,
it just come.
If he gives you a nickname, go ahead and call yourself Stamp for next season. So,
Yep. Also, somebody's giving Pierre some credit, man. So yeah, that's my homeboy. If y'all don't know, man, this whole Big Brother or brotherhood and all of that stuff. Even we've told you a story about Darius and myself, but Pierre actually, when I was younger, Pierre like kind of took me under his wing a lot too, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things, man, where you got an adult caring about you and speaking positive things into you, man, and that kind of stuck with me as well. So I'm somewhat of a product of him as well. So just wanted to give Pierre props there, man.
definitely an OG.
Yep.
Definitely OG. And he definitely brought entertainment to the league. Like I don't know if anybody remember. You remember NBA Street Volume 2?
Oh yeah.
You remember the announcer? That's exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
Like while you're in the middle of the game, you just hear random stuff, and you're trying to say zone in, but you be like, "What did he just say?"
Look, Shy said I still haven't got a nickname. I'm gonna tell you something, Shy. I haven't given anybody on my team a nickname because I never talk when we play.
Look,
So
he try to be politically correct when
Yeah.
he talk about the Wolverines. Like,
yeah, I gotta like.
you know, I told him last time, man, hey, sometimes it's okay to brag. Just don't be arrogant, but brag about your stats. man. Like,
I
poke your
understand,
chest out a
man.
little bit.
I understand, man. But it's for me, man. It's always been about the players, man. I don't even, I'm cool. Like I love the championship and everything, but
You on the next season.
I am. But if I had my trophy today, I'll be holding it, and I'll be holding it at the awards
Hey,
ceremony.
true. You should.
You know
Hey,
what I'm
look,
saying?
hey.
So, he said, for real, that move automatic by Tarver. Talk about that spin move.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, I guess some of y'all plugged in. If anybody else got to plug in, just let us know who you would choose. As far as your 6-man. Let us know.
Yeah, you can't go wrong. But like we said, I think it's 2 that's above the pack.
Yeah, man. Them boys.
Because all 3 of them, like I can't remember who said it. All 3 of them, you put them on any other team, they starting.
Yeah, all day. So, but I'm loving it. But I think our next thing is gonna be MVP. And oh my goodness,
Yeah, that's gonna be.
this
funny.
is gonna be fun
Hey.
because this is where the debate happens.
Hey, this is gonna be the funny part. It's gonna be somebody that say Jordan for MVP in the comments.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot of people that say Jordan, but this is what I'm saying. So this joker said, "Call me Lord of the Rings." They precious. But there's gonna be a lot of people that say Jordan. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a little bit of arguments about him being a rookie getting it. We're gonna have some arguments about him not making the playoffs. It's gonna be some arguments, but then it's gonna be the argument of him scoring a 40-point triple double.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of arguments that's gonna happen. So somebody said facts back because the entire league ain't seen his skill at tryouts. Even crazier, people that knew him before the tryout and put him in the put in a word in the draft and draft him sooner. Y'all let him drop to the 3rd. Hey, bro, and I gotta speak to that. K-Roll, go ask Lego. Ask him what I told him. I said, dude, if I needed a guard,
You getting him?
I'm getting him. Like straight up. I said but I'm already guard heavy. You get what I'm saying?
But
So I
I
had to.
ain't gonna lie. It's some players, no matter what, you just got to draft and figure it out.
But for me, in my guard situation,
Gotcha.
it made sense for me to get somebody like a Sam. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
'Cause
Sam was the
was
ultimate plug-in player.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, so when I'm picking a player, I have to. It's hard thoughts,
Yeah,
man.
you building a team. Look, I already know when it comes to being a GM, you got to think about fit, personalities, like how well they play together, with the lineups. Like, trust me, I understand completely. I coached at one point in time too, so I understand, man, because it's more than just can he get buckets, can he hoop? Like, can he hoop with a team?
Right,
And,
right.
You know, y'all definitely you definitely put together a good team, man, for sure.
Yeah, but Lingo, that was a third round. Like, cause I got Dez in the third round. I would consider that a steal. I would consider
Definitely a
Lingo. I would consider Lingo in the third round a steal. I would consider that a steal, man. But
If, in all reality, man, we could talk about steals of the draft because wasn't Nigel a third round pick?
I believe so.
Yeah, Nigel was a third round pick.
Yeah, man. It's a lot. It's a lot of people that miss talent, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of
people
steals,
that miss
man.
talent.
Hey, look, just because you can score don't make you a good player.
Period, man. Period. So, but like I said, we're gonna move on to the MVP. That's what everybody want to talk about, you know. And Skill Doctor, appreciate you coming on, brother.
I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, man.
Had
So
to
we,
show love.
oh yeah. All right, we're moving on to the next. We'll see y'all.
All right, and we are back to talk about this MVP situation. What's up, brother?
What's happening with you, man?
Can I say this also? I ain't finna talk crazy. I'm not finna talk crazy. So you just read it. I wasn't even finna talk crazy. I was just gonna say, because you definitely did miss like the middle of the season. But I'm glad you actually found your way back.
Hey, man.
And you gave me my dunk this year because I was waiting on that.
I told you I had you.
You did. You
I
did.
mean, it had to be against you, but I told you I had you.
He did. And on my teammate at that. And I couldn't celebrate it. So, you know, it's like I should give you 50-50 for that because you could have at least did one against somebody else so I could have
Right.
really celebrated.
You
Like,
right.
you know how when we be doing stuff on, you do the little stand-up, the little signature stand-up when we be going off, I ain't gonna lie, I be looking for it. I was mad. The game I went off was against you, so I ain't get my signature stand-up this year. But
So,
it's all good, though.
No respect, though.
It's all
No
good,
respect.
though. You know, you my boy. All right, so MVP. You've played in different situations. You've played college. You know, you've played in different situations. What constitutes an MVP for you?
Dominance. Dominance and impact, for sure. Like, what you bring to the game, what you bring to the team, scoring for sure, but really just pure dominance that'll solidify MVP in my book.
All right, so let's talk about this because some people say, should I say Mason, I'm on your neck. Some people say, you know, MVP is, you know, the most important person
Most
on the
valuable
team.
player.
Most
Yeah.
valuable player, most important person on the team, right? So check this out. And I don't know, I like having my little NBA comparisons because, you know, we model the NBA a lot with what we do.
Yeah.
So in certain situations, you have people that go slap off, but they don't win.
Correct.
So they say that person typically never wins MVP
Correct.
because they're saying you ain't winning, even though you averaging 50, you still did not win. But if you take that person off of that team, let's just say they won 30 or 40 games, you take that person off that team, they don't win any, or they win 10, or they win 20. Would you not say that that person is more valuable to that team than, say, a Jokic or somebody like that that's on a winning team and a winning program that still has more pieces, even if you take them off.
No, for sure. But the amount of games you win have to go into consideration. It's just
All right, so walk that down for me. Tell me why.
to tell you.
Tell me why. So you're saying like the amount of games that you win has to go into that factorization of MVP. So tell me why.
Yeah, like you can't be like in the NBA if you like fourth or fifth seed, but you average like 40, and you can see like your value. Then it's like, all right, bet I can do that. But if y'all don't make the playoffs, or if y'all are like the lowest seed in the playoffs, and it's like, unless you're averaging 50, then you have a real case. But it's like you still kind of make it make sense at the end of the day.
So basically what you're saying is we're talking about most valuable player towards achieving what, basically? Like most valuable player to achieving stats or most valuable player to achieving wins?
I mean, both, but the game of basketball is about wins. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to put the ball in the bucket, but if you don't win,
It's kinda
what
like,
do your
what's the
50
point?
mean?
True. That's true. That's very, very true. Chauncey used to talk about that. He used to get in Melo ear because Melo used to be like, I scored 40, bro, we lost, so
Facts.
what does it matter? But if you take Melo off that team, do they even have a chance at winning?
No, not at all.
That's the tricky thing. So I'm asking you these questions, right? That's the tricky thing for me about MVP. Because I can look at certain situations in the league, like, for example, the Panthers, and look at Jordan and say, and love y'all Panthers, but I speak real. Without Jordan, they maybe win one or two.
Yeah,
Max, they maybe win one or two. So he clearly is the most valuable player. But then you go to another situation like with the Wolves where they have a more loaded lineup, but you got two people on that team that are key factors. You got two people on that team that are loaded. I mean, you got Rashad and you got Dez. You know, then you got K-Roll. Again, great supporting cast. You got King. I mean, think about it. You take K-Roll out the Bulldogs, you still got King, Lango, and Nick.
facts.
With Dez, Twin, Easy. Like, you still have a supporting cast.
Yeah.
But K-Roll brings that X factor, that hitting clutch shots, keeping the team together, leadership, all these other things that's equally as effective and contributing to wins. So it's like, how do you really determine which one is more valuable?
Facts. Well, at the end of the day, you got to win. And
Wait, hold on a second. Who are they talking about? Because they saying teams didn't take a chance on him. He was drafted where they needed him for. Squad heavy, don't need it. We wanted a big, scrappy PJ and Tatum. So who did we not take a chance on? What did we miss? Because it seemed like we walked into something. Oh, they said it's from the 6th Man of the Year conversation. So are we still talking about Lango? Who are we talking about? We are talking about Lango? Okay, y'all catch up. We talking about MVPs.
yeah, it's MVP game. Come on, man.
Join us where we are now, guys. Come on. And y'all chime in too on what we talking about. Like, what makes an MVP? Like, what is the makeup? But you were saying you still got to win.
Yeah, you still got to win. Like, yeah, you can be dominant, consistency also, but you got to win. Like, again, what's the point of dropping 50 and you don't win? It look good. It's cool. Great highlight tape, but you ain't win.
True. All right, so let's go through the candidates real quick. We'll start with the Wolves since they got a two-headed monster. Here we go, Backus. We got an actual comment about what we talking about. All right, so that's Deceptive Westmoreland. What if you just got a great player on a bad team? What if when you get players around you can't get the MVP numbers? Does that take away from the legitimacy? So I think he's actually talking KD on the Warriors. Now, granted, I wasn't a fan of that move, but KD still stood out amongst being on that team with a crazy supporting cast.
Yeah, but if you got no. Because it's like with KD, he went to arguably the greatest team ever.
Agreed.
And added on 27 to Curry's, 24 to Clay's, 18. Like,
So TJ
he's not
said,
the MVP of the league. You
True,
just
true.
a great player that went to a phenomenal team.
True. Very true.
Braun was the MVP, but
They ain't
folks
gonna
ain't
do
ready
that.
for that conversation.
Man, listen. Nah, since you went there, I'm gonna tiptoe over there for a minute because that's that very season actually when Bron traded the whole team midseason and got Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, all of them, and took that team all the way to the finals, where his next best player was like scoring average wise was Kevin Love, who was barely over double digits.
Yeah, like 11.
So why did this man not get MVP that year?
They hate LeBron.
So, yeah. So, and they said Steve Nash won MVP, and he didn't win.
That was he shouldn't have won MVP. Shaq should have won.
Yeah, Shaq definitely should have got it that year. Yeah, that was crazy.
Just 'cause
That was politics.
Yeah, he didn't deserve it.
Yeah, that was definitely politics. All right, so Shad and Dez. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to say either or for that one.
Dez really weak for real. You know what I'm saying? And this is a non-biased answer. You know what I'm
Is it
saying?
non-biased?
He really weak.
Nothing
I
happened off
have
camera to
none
sway
at
it?
all. Like, I don't really
Okay.
take. No. Let me stop playing. Nah, Dez hard. I would personally have Dez third in the MVP race and Shad number one. Cause like the games like I really watched in person, that was real dominance. Like, yeah, they won probably a couple of games without Shad, but when he was there, when he came out and they was up 20-30, the team walked him back down. Shad came back in the fourth quarter, ran it back up to 20-30. Against the Chargers, he went out. He came back in. They gave him the ball every possession.
They did.
And he didn't stop scoring. Like, in the championship and other games, you saw who the ball went to when it was game time. Like, Shad's dominance in the league, I mean, I ain't get to play against him, so, like, you feel what I'm saying? He can't really say nothing against me. He know what it is. But he was the true definition of dominance, you know what I'm saying? So, like, Shad's my MVP, but a close second would be Jordan, just because the consistency of his 30, and then on top of that, he was winning. Like, he walked it down and got into the playoffs. Like,
Play in.
okay.
Let's be fair.
Okay.
I try not to move the goalposts because I said the same thing, and somebody was like, "No, technically it was just a play-in," but
All right, that's cool. He still walked it down, averaging, you
Agreed.
know what I'm saying, with who on his team and no coach. You know what I'm saying? Outside factors obviously key in. You feel me? But Jordan definitely had an MVP-like season, but Rashad take the cake.
So
That's still sweet, though. I'm gonna stop playing. You ain't sweet, Dave.
Shop showed the most dominant this year. That's Black Lightning talking. So dominance, right? I see it two different ways. There is Mason always on one. Yes, he is. I see it two ways. You have Shad's version of dominance, right? To me, Dez's version of dominance just comes in a different form.
For sure, 1,000%.
Dez's form of dominance comes within the game, and then it also comes with high efficiency. In the sense of, who said, Mason, don't start. So much love, bro. I can't wait for our battle next year. No, that's going to be a tough one.
We gonna train in the off season so I can learn your moves.
All right, Kobe. All right, Mamba. So Dez's dominance, it comes within the flow of the game. It's not. It may not necessarily be a call for the ball, but it's capitalizing on everything that the defense gives him. Defense, you're gonna leave me open for this shot. Guess what? I'm gonna make you pay for it. It's not gonna be I'm out here shooting and just clanking it up. No, it's gonna be more than likely I'm expecting it to go down if Dez is putting it up.
Oh, and he kills runs.
And and then also, like, this is just one example in the championship game. Him and Rashad were running a pick and roll. And on one of the possessions, they concentrated. It's like he took his time and waited. Rashad rolled with him, and they concentrated so hard on Rashad, it was just like, oh, you going to give me this lane? Bet. I'm just going to go on and finish it then. Since y'all waiting on me to give it to him, I'm just going to go on and like, his dominance comes in the form of more thinking the game, more like just taking his time and taking whatever they give him, and then you look up at the end, he got 27. And it's like, dog, I didn't even realize he got 27. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, and what makes it tough with them two specifically is you had games where Dez wasn't there, Shy was there, they won.
Mm-hmm.
Games when Shy wasn't there, Dez was there,
They won.
they won. So it's just kind of like, it would be a little bit easier if when one of them wasn't there, they took an L.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just balance. But then I also think that's I hear y'all, but K-Ro top 2 this season. I mean, we ain't got there yet. We going through all the. We going through all the. We going through all. He said who his top ones were. I hadn't got there yet.
Backus
report. Sheesh. So then moving on to Jordan, bro. It's hard to not have somebody in the MVP conversation that dang near average 30. I mean, how could you not? And then
and
also
had a winning season.
and
Was he 500 or over 500? He was over 500, right?
I don't know if they were 500. I don't know. If they were right at 500. If Backers, help me out on that. Did they finish 500? I should have dunked on one of the MVP candidates. TJ said, y'all gonna talk about me one way or another.
What Scott call him? Carl Jr.?
Carl Jr. TJ, you don't be playing for real to do that. But Backers, help me out on that. Were they 5-5? Because I would say that would have to be my only thing. If we gonna say that the winning thing has to account into it, that would literally just be my only thing. By no fault of his own, but that would literally, legit just be my only thing. Why? If there had to be a discrepancy, and that's only in an effort to not move the goalpost. Because 30, average of 30, bro, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane. So there's that, and then for me, having K-Ro in there, definitely in that top 2 personally. Because, again, it's just taking into account everything. It's like the same thing that I said about that whole Bron situation. Like, there's a lot of intangibles that people don't pay attention to that leads to winning. K-Ro had a winning season.
For sure.
We're talking about a team that won 2 games last year. The year before that won 0 games to going literally 1 game away from the championship this year. So, and we're talking about, no, I know he averaged 30 back because I'm saying, did they go 5-5?
Yeah, what was the Panthers
What was the
record?
Panthers' record? I don't remember. I know you probably know. Panthers were 5-5. Gotcha.
That's
Okay.
fine.
So they were 500. Okay. So yeah, that's the thing about it. All the intangibles, they can't be overlooked. And then here yet again, I watched this man switch his leadership style up mid-season.
Mm-hmm.
They got beat down by the Wolves, blown out by 30. At that time, he was still yelling at his players, all that kind of stuff like that. And, he was taking heat. Coming on this show, looking in that camera, telling him, bro, y'all gonna keep losing until you change.
Yeah.
And he took that and he changed. And not only did he change, but it translated on the floor. He showed more trust. He did a lot of other things. That's another thing that people will debate and say, Bron don't make people better. But again, people will debate and say, but that's another thing. One of those intangibles, making others around you better.
Yeah.
I can attest. You see how hard he riding for Dev in this.
K-Ro is, I would say K-Ro is the best leader in the league. And
Is that
he
valuable?
started with, for sure, 1,000%. And that's what really put him in that conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's game lifted with him.
Mm-hmm.
How he talked to his teammates. His shot selection improved.
Mm-hmm. It did. No, it did.
Because God, was it terrible. Oh, my God. But it just improved. He took good shots, then he
It
became
did.
more efficient. You know what I'm saying? And then he hit big shots on top of that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, K-Ro is not a name that you can leave out. Like, K-Ro definitely hard. You feel me? I mean, I read them a few times when I played them. You know what I'm saying? That pick and roll defense, it's on the footage. I read them about 3-4 times. But, you know what I'm saying? He's still hard. That's best defender in the league. But we ain't going to talk about that right now. We're talking about the MVP.
Talking about...
And K-Ro is in the conversation
I
for
said
sure.
You can't tamper with your own
But
votes.
K-Ro
You can't
is
tamper with
there.
your own votes. We agreed to this.
You're right.
Off camera.
K-Ro is there.
Nah, and I agree. I totally agree. Even when it comes down to that shot selection thing, that goes into like that trust that I was telling you. Because Amateur. Yeah, agreed. 100%. It was something else you said too. Dang, I lost my thought. fooling around with you about this tampering. Anyway,
What you said out there for switching a player in?
what you talking about? Oh, yeah. See, thank you. See? Yeah. All right, so this was another thing that I want to throw out here, and I want y'all to chime in on this. So I don't understand why KB is not in the MVP conversation. I mean, personally, I feel like there were a lot of situations this year where the Chargers, were in trouble some games.
Mm-hmm.
KB came in, took the game over, not a problem.
Dropping 20-30 in 2 quarters is crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not that he was always that equalizer that tipped the balance in their games. Shaq and Malik, they doing their jobs. People on the other ends, they doing their jobs, and right now the game is just here. So then now you got this equalizer that comes in every time. And, I mean, you said consistency. It's consistent. It happened every game.
For sure.
And you knew that because he didn't start a lot of the games. And it was like the game was just kind of there. And then as soon as he would get in, the game would just take off.
As soon as he would show up.
Yeah, whenever he showed up. Game would just take off. And then you saw what happened against the Bulldogs. 24, they first 27? That's insane, bro.
Yeah, that's sick.
That's insane. After, mind you, this is after the first game of that series, they lost. KB wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, 24 to first 27. They win that one. Why is KB not in the MVP conversation?
So who do you take out? I mean,
And that might be why.
you could take out Dez. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm stop playing. I mean, the only
That's where
folks.
it gets tough because it's like, who do you take out?
Do you take out Jordan or do you take out Caro? And you can't take out Jordan because he averaged 30. And so the only one that you could take out is Caro. But Caro was an all-around effect to his team. You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Well, you might have just answered it then. I think you just analyzed that, bro. You gonna hop on commentary next year, do a little more analyzing? You just analyzed that very well.
just for you, only for you. I got you.
I appreciate it. Because you did a very good job, sir.
Appreciate it.
We don't even need to talk about that no more. You answered that. All right, cool. So who y'all got for MVP? Who y'all got? Who do y'all think should be the MVP? And we're gonna close out with that because it's hitting that 10:30 mark, and y'all know it only get crazy after 10:30. Khalil, last game of the season was on one though. No, for sure. What was his last game of the season? It was the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker game. Check the fourth quarter, led the game in scoring.
That's sick, bro.
That's insane.
But I feel like his getting there so late in games is so disrespectful. Like you can't even you can't award him for that. Because if you're gonna do it,
true.
If you're gonna do that, then you got to put him in 6 man.
That's true. That's very,
Like
very true.
you have to. Like
That's true.
It'd be Lango than him.
Yeah, it
But
would.
then-
I guess I can't say it wouldn't. What message that was saying if we let somebody win that literally can't show up in the fourth quarter. Hey KB, we love you though, bro. We know you got stuff going on. You hooping everywhere, and college and ABL, and doing all the things. So much love to you on that for sure. TJ said same reason I'm not in the DPOY conversation. Hey,
you can't. Somebody named TT can't win the DPOY. I'm sorry. That's not y'all gonna be on stage. You feel me? Everybody gonna be fresh. TT, you can't have that. Disrespectful. And Carl locked him up. That's crazy.
Carl. It's trolling hour, y'all. That man said Carl locked you up, TJ. God, dog. I'm waiting. Carl Jr. Wow. Mason might miss some games this year. Y'all should hire him on the not they calling you Anthony Davis.
Hey, you seen what AD did in his championship run. That's all I'm gonna say. So when I have my championship run next year, I want that AD stuff.
Listen, they talk. Forget the championship run. AD had a crazy season this past season. People just don't talk about it.
71 games?
71 games, and I don't remember what his average was, but TJ said Mason is not a good name either. God.
What's TJ run on?
Oh, man. TJ, what is your real name? Because all we know is
Scott, what's his real name, bro?
is it Tehran or Tekron
Hold
or
on,
something like
hold
that?
on.
It's something like
I
that.
don't have a family member in this league who better than me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ooh.
Barlow Show came in and had 30. That's all I'm gonna say though.
On the Savages.
That's all I'm gonna say though. That's crazy. He gave you.
He did give him like the little bro, big bro treatment. Like, yeah, you gotta punch him in the stomach before he do that, TJ. Like,
Come on, man.
you can't let Lil Cuz do that. You Lil Cuz.
Come on, with them little twists, and Barlow got the real dread. Like, come on, man. TT not a real stepper for real. You know what I'm saying? That's my dog, but he ain't even a real. He ain't even a real step on.
Not
that
the
team.
little twist and the real dreads. Come on, bro. What y'all say? You gonna stop talking about Wait, hold on. Don't even try it, Shaw. Mason ain't coming over there. Don't even try it. League veto. League veto.
That's right. Shy got my
He
back.
said
That's
Mason
right.
need more TV time. Hey, man, we give the people what they want. I'm trying to tell you.
I'll pull up. I got you. I'll pull up.
Look, we happy giving the people what they want. But that being said, brother, I think we're going to close this thing on out because it's getting about to be that time. And
Hey, we gonna have chicken at the thing.
as a matter of fact, yes, there will be chicken
Or
at the award ceremony.
Had to
You
make-
dressing up or you dressing down? Kind of
mean,
like
yeah.
an in between type
Yeah,
deal.
in between.
In
I mean,
between.
I'm be first, but it ain't like, you know what I'm saying.
You ain't going like NBA draft 2003 big suit.
That's Sky Club.
He said only. Oh, TJ said only he can do it. Nobody else in Sky West can do it. K-Ro said KB a superhero for real. Shy said there's stop trade hate. No, I'm gonna trade hate that one. Shy, nope. Veto. Stamp. Nope. No, sir.
I told y'all that.
Absolutely not.
They ain't gonna let me go to the Wolves, bro.
Heck nah.
they thought last season was bad.
Right. Like, what the heck? All right. And Dez just ended the show. Dez just closed us out for the night, ladies
I
and
told him
gentlemen.
to say that. That's crazy.
Yeah, we're going to go on to close out on that note. All right, y'all. But on that note, since we talking about the awards ceremony, so red carpet at 4:30. That's where red carpet will be out there. You know, everybody take their pictures. It'll be a little cocktail hour, fruit, you know, whatever the case may be out in the lobby.
It's gonna be liquor though.
Nah, we at the church, man.
Oh man,
Man, you know.
have it at the gym. Have it in the gym.
Nah, man, I got showmanship. I got.
Oh,
I
you
need
right,
a
you right,
stage
you
and
right.
speakers, and
You right.
I need the whole thing. We got the little smoke geysers and everything. Man, it's
I
gonna
got
be,
you.
it's gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about it off camera.
We'll talk about it off cam. Oh man, but anyway, dead legs. I need to rest people 2 playoff games that day. Hey man, K-Ro, I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. Just say a prayer that this is the last season we're gonna have to do that. Pray real hard, cause certain things happen. That's the last season we do that. Nah, facts. It will not even go on the backers report. Like, nope, negative. It's not happening.
They're gonna take my name off the sign and on media.
Yeah, he is not playing this
Mason
year.
has been banned from Skyward.
Yeah, he has been whole banned. He will not be playing this year. We drug tested him. He's using performance enhancing drugs. He may not play.
He was trying to get his knee back right.
Right, trying to get his knee back right. Yeah. Anyway, all right, y'all. But we finna get out of here. When I was losing my punt, it didn't matter. What points you was losing, K-Ro? What you talking about? Help me out. But anyway, yeah. So mocktail hour. There we go.
Yeah.
Mocktail hour. You know, beforehand. Then we coming in for the ceremony at 5, and it's gonna be real dope, man. We got a couple performances. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be a fun day, and then food afterwards,
For
and
sure.
there will be chicken.
For sure.
There
Hey,
will be
man.
chicken. No brisket, but there will be chicken.
You see, chicken come when it's time for business. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But all right, y'all, we gonna
Brisket-
close this thing on out. It's
Brisket for
almost-
little boys like Dez.
Oh, well, He said what he said, Dez. I'm gonna let you handle that in the comments, but
Nah, close the comments out.
don't give him a chance to respond. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and close out. Holla at y'all. Let's hoop is over with. No, I'm just kidding. I ain't gonna close it out like that. I ain't gonna do him like that. But Mason, let's make a truce. Come roll me in the winners next year. No, stop. You know what? You don't get a chance to respond. I'm gonna close it out on that. Anyway, y'all, we finna get out of here because this is what y'all like to do when it's time to go. Y'all like to go crazy and then add another 10 minutes on the show and then be like, y'all show long. That be y'all. But we appreciate y'all again. Hey, man, y'all come out to the award ceremony. It's going to be dope. Like I said, it's going to be a lot more people leaving with something this year because we are adding in first team, second team, all Sky West, all defensive first and second, and all rookie first and second. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of people leaving with awards. So, you know, large, man. What? Too large, God, dog. But all right, y'all, we getting up out of here. We appreciate y'all, Mace. Appreciate you for coming on, man. More TV time next season for sure.
Yes, sir. I got you.
For sure. More TV time. But we'll holler at y'all.